We've all been told since we were very young that getting outside and playing and exercising is extremely important for your health. And that's exactly what a recent report from the Aspen Institute called State of Play found. This report indicates that the mental health of children is deeply impacted when they don't get enough exercise and play, whether it simply be from riding their bikes with friends or playing organized sports like basketball or soccer. And among other things, this report also found that Pierce County is significantly behind other counties in our state when it comes to children getting outside and getting enough exercise. This also leaves them more likely to develop mental illness.
And the way Aspen defines this whole sort of framework is bodies in motion. So if we say a body in motion is being physically active, that sort of broadens how we think about kids playing and adults playing. So really the baseline for the whole report was more about let's get kids active in whatever that might look like.
Patricia Schultz is the executive director for the Names Family Foundation, an organization that grants nonprofit organizations that promote initiatives focused on sports, physical education, health, and fitness.
I think one of the pieces that really came out for me was the correlation between being physically active and improved mental health.
The Aspen Institute's Sports and Society program this year analyzed youth sports and physical activity in the Tacoma-Pierce County area between June 2022 through June 2023. And among the key findings in this report were Pierce County youth are less active than the rest of the nation and the state. Only 19% meet the 60 minutes of daily play criteria. The national average is 24%. Youth have strong interest in trying individual and non-traditional sports like archery and fencing. More field lights, turf, and indoor facilities are needed. Disabled and non-binary youth are less likely to be physically active.
We're dealing with this screen generation where folks have been activated that way.
Ed Bronsden is a community volunteer who spent decades professionally working with and advocating for disabled youth. He says all it takes to make change and get kids out of their house and more active is caring.
But this idea that we're trying to bring people together to build them up, that comes through sport and recreation. And having coaches available, having instructors available, having family members that can support that, and having ways where that gathering together takes place, that community, I think, is one of the best parts of recreation and sport.
One possible solution is to expand Tacoma Metro Parks' successful Beyond the Bell program, which allows children to take part in sports and other forms of recreation after school. Sean Sylvia is the executive director of Tacoma Metro Parks. He says countywide Beyond the Bell could be used to solve two problems at once.
How does this become perhaps an alternative for childcare that that we're taking the program to where the kids are at, utilizing schools?
This report also found that outside of Tacoma, there's a lack of available facilities in less populated parts of Pierce County, such as parks and ball fields for children to utilize.
If you build it, will they come? Do they have, transportation? Do they have an interest? Is the swimming pool the location that they want to spend their time? Is it safe? So I think there's a lot of work to be done.
But it also found that the problem goes beyond that of available facilities.
Understand that there was this opportunity to get better alignment, and what did we have as a role in government to really look at our built infrastructure, how we program, and how we partner. So I think it's really about, I looked at it as a positive, that there's this sense of urgency to really align our work for the betterment of community.
2, 4, 6, 8, keep moving. Make another line.
Sometimes what we need to do is help educate the folks who are in those upstream positions, the coaches, etc., about, well, there are some ways to make this happen. Let's find the training you need so that you can make it possible.
And finally, partnerships and community involvement are going to be key in getting kids more involved in physical activity.
I think the other thing that's really important is to do that deeper look at what are our community resources around mental health and how do we utilize those in a way that eases into the sports and athletics piece.
You don't have to be an expert in the sport or activity usually. What you have to do is be an expert in caring.